Hey YouTube, my name is OD26, also known as Sam. We're going to be going over a Diamond 1 VOD review today. This person's playing Skye. If you're interested in either getting a VOD review like this or a private coaching session, feel free to join my Discord down below. Anyways, let's get this shit started by covering his stats first. OD, why do you want to look at his stats or his tracker? So stats tell a huge story, right? So we're looking at Blade Fan, hashtag 8008. If you want to look him up after this video, it's up to you. He is Diamond 1 with a 44% win rate. So obviously something's going wrong. He's a Skye main for the most part, but it looks like he's been filling recently. Now there's three main issues I see here, right? Games played. You're not playing the game enough. You should be playing about 4 to 6 games a day if you want to climb. That will result in 200 to 300 wins by the end of the act, and there's only 17 days left in the act. So you need to play the game more. That's simple as done. Your headshot percentage is very impressive, by the way. I want to put that out there before I go ahead and almost like insult you, I guess, or critique you. I want to give you a compliment here just to boost your confidence. Your headshot percentage is crazy. Good crosshair placement, I'm guessing. Maybe overall good movement and good mechanics. A tap fiery style of play. I mean, you can see it's a Vandal. That's just an assumption, of course. I'm not really sure. I haven't watched the VOD yet. Okay. So let's go into your KD and damage per round. These are actually two important stats to look at. Your KD for a support player should be about 0.9 to 1.1. Yours is on the low end. You want it to be higher. Your damage per round is incredibly low. Even for a support player, you should still be aiming for about 135 to 155 damage per round. So you're pretty low. And I'm a support main, or I fill. So let's go ahead and compare my stats here, just for reference, and a higher elo. As you can see, I'm immortal, about 400 RR, and I'm a support player. Now you only look, but OD, look at your Reyna. Yeah, my Reyna sucks, okay? Let's be honest here. So if you look at my support character stats, about 130, so a little bit low on Viper, a little bit scuffed, but I have a 63% win ratio. Sova, same boat, 150 damage per round. So you can see that his stats are a little bit low compared to mine. So this probably means you're either 1, not taking enough fights, 2, taking too many fights or poor fights, or 3, you're not using your utility usage well enough to put you in optimal situations to take fights. So we'll go ahead and look at that. Let's get this VOD started. Right away, if you filled here, which I'm not sure if you did, if you walked or filled, but if you filled here, you made the wrong choice. You already have a Reyna and a Jet. Reyna and Skye are interchangeable for what role they can play as a support secondary duelist. I can break that down in a different video if you guys are curious about it, but overall you guys are missing a Sentinel here. It's not a big deal because you're rocking double info, so as long as you play it right, it shouldn't be too big of a deal, especially in ranked. Double info can be more valuable than being able to strictly hold a site. But Sentinels typically give a lot of map control, and that's why they're important, especially on a map like Ascent. So you guys go for the peek here, you're baiting for your Jet. That's actually a really good play. I like this. Just make sure not to block your Jet, that's really close. She doesn't end up getting the pick. Now here, you have 2 blinds, right? You could have just blinded off the Jet's dash away. So the second Jet takes the secondary contact, you flash, and then you re-peek. That's just a play you can make. It's really up to you on what you want to do. Anyways, it doesn't happen. And you're just kind of holding it like you're a Reyna. Overall there, definitely need to use your blind. Whether your team wins this or not, I'm not sure. Of course, you can say you got your 1, but you could have gotten a lot more is my point. So your team did end up winning that round, so not too bad of a deal. Now, here's the thing that I want to talk about right away, especially with lower elo players. What you prioritize on a second round after your winning pistol. I'm really glad you won pistol run, actually. It's always full armor, then a gun of your choice, then your utility. That's how you prioritize things second round. It's called force buy. It's not even force buy, it's called bonus rounding. They're basically going to give you this round for free because you guys are going to have way better weapons. You guys are all going to have full armor. And even like sheriffs at a range are only going to hit you for 145. So you go Spectre, full armor, full utility. Okay, perfect. Instead of jump spotting, just throw your flash. So this is something called conditioning, where you do it every single round. So you as a Skye can gather information without having to be any aggressive, without having to jump peek, without having to do anything. You just throw your flash and hover it into B main, or A main, I'm sorry. And when the bird pops about right here, or you can pop it right here if you want to, if you're scared that somebody might have like super rushed and fast timing you, then you can pop it like right over here where my mouse is. This will just give you more information and more like availability to allow your team to rotate faster, especially if you throw one into deep A main. Or at the start of the round, if you really want to, you can dog it. In ranked, I think it's okay to dog right away. Now, obviously, in scrims, it's a little bit different. Anyway, you decide to rotate with your team here after seeing contact at B and mid, which is really interesting. Basically, you're kind of guessing where information is. I'd really like to see you use your birds. That'd be way more valuable. But you're going to go heal your team after taking fight mids. You saw a lot of contact tiles. You do know Chamber was top mid, though. So he could be working out A main. You're going to pick it up. Nope, you're running with your knife out. Okay, he actually ended up going tiles, so he ended up wrapping around, so you're fine. But you just see Chamber top mid, so you have to be careful of that. Not the best round for you, if I'm going to be honest, but your team kind of carried it, so it's not a big deal. On to the next round. Looks like you're going to use a flash here pretty early. You're looking to peek off of it though, rather than just getting information. It seems like you don't understand the uses of your birds and how you can use your flashes just for raw information, just like a dog, especially on defense. It's super valuable. You see pros do it. I think a lot of pros run Skye on bind, so if you look at, they always flash out either B long or in the showers or shorts. So now keep in mind, if you were flashing A main every single round, your team would have had early rotates because they haven't gone A, and you would have recognized that your bird would have hit people this round, which means, you know, fast rotates would have been a possibility, right? Because you could have called them multiple or A, especially after footsteps. Asterisk would put down a suck. Like, this whole round could have been played out differently, but nonetheless, we're in a 5v5 retake here, so it's not too bad. You dog, don't get me wrong, I like the idea of this dog, actually. To clear up here, very good. Because a lot of people, especially jets or stuff, will like to sneak into this while the smoke is up and active, so the fact that you blind like that is pretty good. Unlucky you get spammed a little bit through the floor. That flash is essentially worthless, if I'm going to be 100% honest. The only thing it's going to blind is door and maybe a little bit of gen. But as you can see, it doesn't even hit gen. And your team, you threw it like too early. You got to call your flashes here. So this is something a lot of Skye players don't do, or a lot of people that are playing support duelists, I guess is the role I want to call it, don't do. You're not like calling your utility. You're not like flashing, hey guys, I'm going to flash this area. Hey guys, I'm going to flash out of the smoke. Like, you're not really calling any of your utility. Okay, right as I say that, you actually end up doing it. Anyway, it's not the best flash, if I'm going to be honest. This flash is out in the middle of the open. I would have rather seen you flash like hell. I'm assuming one is hell. Yeah, I would have rather seen you flash like down towards hell, full blind the person hell, and then either take the fight A main, or jump down and try to kill the person hell with using like default boxes cover. Overall, your utility usage is really lacking in how you're supposed to use it, so that's just something to keep in mind. Anyways, let's go on to the next round. So you're playing mid here, which is really weird as a Skye. You have like literally nothing to help you, and this position's overall like super weak for Skye. You can't get any extra additional information for your team other than with just like your body, and your utility is going to get no value is what I'm saying. And keep in mind, if you're flashing A, which I think is the best place for Skye to play, A/cat anyway, you'd be getting a lot of information for your team and a lot of value out of it, right? You flash once again. Throwing that flash, in my opinion, is dog shit. It doesn't really blind much, if I'm going to be real, and nobody's going to directly look at it. You have a second flash here, so I'm assuming you're going to use it, right? You're going to flash out of the smoke, right? You get your one. Not bad. If you flash out of the smoke here, you kill one, and you don't even die to the jet because of where you pop. And then you guys would be in a 4v3 retake with the information that the jet's generator. But instead, two of you die because you don't use your flash. Astra gets a good trade. Silva and Astra work together to get another kill. Your Silva trolls by just hard jumping down. And then your Astra loses a one, right? So if you flash here, you don't lose this round. Just saying. If you flash out of the smoke, you don't lose this round. It's just like this whole gameplay is just coming down to utility use. You might be like, OD, what about mechanical things? It's like we don't really need to focus on that sort of stuff because, in all honesty, the amount of mistakes he's making with his utility usage is very important, right? That's just the truth. He's not conditioning, he's not getting information with his birds. But overall, like mechanically, you're playing pretty well. You're hitting your shots, right? And you said you're kind of inconsistent in like when I asked you a couple of questions. So this could be a result of your inconsistency of poor utility usage, right? Playing mid here as Skye is terrible, honestly. You get no extra information. Like a Reyna could do exactly what you're doing here, and you could be getting more value out of your team. Keep in mind, if you're deep flashing A, once again, you get information that nobody was there, and then it'll allow your team to fast rotate B. And since you guys are on a save, it could potentially give you a better chance to win this round, right? But we'll see how it goes here. You're breaking the door.
Last player standing.
Here's a rule of thumb: if you're breaking the door, never break the last hit with your knife. If you break the last hit with your knife, situations like these can happen where there's an aggressive player and they're going to pick you off, right? You always break it with your gun, last shot. And not only that, but you shot like 12 bullets into the door. Why don't you just break it with your gun? I don't really know, I'm going to be honest. You have ult here. You want to either look to use this for retake or start a round and make a play around it. Using your ult every round you get it is super important. A lot of people try to save their ult for like a perfect round, which I think is kind of terrible. Skye ult is only 7 points, so it's not too bad to farm, especially on Skye when you go super aggressive and get kills. I mean, look at, you got this one in round 5. You're at least going to get it twice and a half, and assuming you play a little better, you'll get 3 and 1/2, right? So that flash was okay, I guess. Is it blinds to make sure nobody's like watching from tiles and top mid, so you don't have to dry peek. So I like it. so it's not too bad.
Sure.
Overall, you didn't really do much that round, but you didn't get any extra additional information, so it's just an average round where your team carries you. Going on to the next round here, you're playing A main, and you're peeking it. That's your teammate's star, so I don't really know why you're respecting it, but
Chamber styles. Chamber up top. Yeah,
so you have two choices, right? You have two choices here. Okay, this is something that a lot of lower elo players do when coming into contact with enemy utility. Sova drone. You just flash this corner. Like when this drone gets close, flash this corner, then break the drone. If it tags you, it's okay. You just fall back, right? The reason why is because you're giving this drone way too much value and way too much information. When this drone tags you and you instantly run away, like instantly, this drone's gonna get all of the information on site, all of it. Like literally, it got everything on site. And overall, it gave them, like, your team has no time to rotate. Like, you just gave them way too much space for free. Like, you didn't give any resistance. If you're playing full retake with, like, something like a Killjoy ult, that makes sense. That's Killjoy ult and Killjoy set up for it. But, like, in this situation, it's kind of bad. Now, of course, you guys pick up a free kill on a chamber who's lurking with terrible timing. Pop your ult here. This is going to be good just to make sure nobody's fast flanking you guys or something other than the chamber. Once again, this flash isn't the best. You can just flash out of the smoke. Now remember when I talked about layering utility with a Sova drone? You can layer your own utility with your ult with a flash because everybody's going to look at your ult and try to break it. So overall, a flash will give you more value out of it, right? You just kind of drop down here even though you have a flash. You don't really use it. You could call it. You end up getting 2 kills here, but like most of you, the thing that I'm seeing, this is a huge issue with diamond players, is maximizing and understanding how to use your utility at all. Like a lot of people have good mechanics like you. It's not like you're missing. You're not shooting terribly. You're just playing a support agent as if they're Reyna though, and that's the problem, right? But as you can see, you're already stacking your second ult. You have 3 ult orbs after using it that same round. This is what I mean. Don't be stingy with your ults. Just use them whenever you get them for the most part. If you have guns, they have guns, use your ult, right? And if you're even on Reyna and they're on a save round, fucking pop your ult. I don't give a shit. Farm that combat score. Get more elo, you know? Anyways, let's go on to the next round. So here it looks like you're preparing for some sort of flash. I'm not really sure what you're planning on doing here. Once again, you're just peeking for information when you could just flash it and then rotate early. You could dog it as well. You're playing wide. Okay, this push isn't terrible, but you also have to remember, I'm pretty sure they're on saves. Yeah, they might have saved, but overall, you putting yourself in this position is really bad. Because you got to remember, you're the sole person on this half of the map. Like this half of the map is all you. If you die, your team's fucked. Like they're done. You end up getting the kill, which is good, and you instantly fall back, understanding that you might be the only person here. You have weaknesses otherwhere, so it's not too bad, but overall, the enemy did decide to save here, so it's not too bad. You dog. Okay, so here's the thing about this. This is called the order of utility, and you're using it improperly, right? So you know somebody's cat. Why dog? Like, why not just flash? You know, blind them. Get them off the angle, right? Dogging doesn't really force someone off the angle. It can stun them if they just completely whiff the dog, which is okay. But at the same time, your flash would accomplish your same task here. And then let's say afterwards you needed information, you could just dog them, right? So that flash is terrible. It accomplishes nothing. It gives you broad information, and since you're not peeking off of it, it doesn't accomplish anything, right? So overall, it's just a wasted piece of flash here that you could have used to actually kill the Astra. Sova's going to end up picking up the kill because he figures you pushed in, so overall, like you can see I'm harping on utility usage because it's pretty low, right? But mechanically, you're actually playing pretty well. You're hitting your shots, and that's really good. So nothing wrong there. But as for a diamond player, I expect, you know, better utility usage out of you. That's the way I'll put it. So you hear multiple footsteps. Your tab. Okay, so here's the thing about Skye Flash. Ever since the nerf of it, where you can't pop it instantly, it's almost like Phoenix Flash. Take a step back. You're too close to this wall. Throw the flash and start walking forward with it, and then pop it as you get close to the corner. Because the activation time, it takes like 0.25 seconds before you can even activate it. I'm guessing you're spamming your E-click key to pop it, right? But look at how far it goes into main before popping it. Almost anybody, even bronze players, I could assume could turn this flash. This flash isn't hard to turn. Oh, I like that. Now you get fucked, but I do like the idea. I like the concept, okay? If you're gonna get aggressive here, first of all, you could probably ask your Reyna to help you, because she was right here. You're like, hey Reyna, do you want to come peek A main with me? I'm gonna reflash, or I'm gonna fake flash or something, right? So you can call for help from your teammate. But at the same time, this fake flash is really good. You've conditioned them, but the only issue is how far you peek here. You peek out this far, and now you can be like, OD, but he just missed a shot. Even if he goes 1 for 1, it's a bad trade, right? In case you don't know, on defense, going 1 for 1 while giving up the entirety of a site almost is a bad trade, right? Because you're giving up map space for your own life. That's just how it works on defense, okay? And you get picked here anyway. You don't even get the kill. So unlucky. Does your team end up winning this round? No. So you dying there is pretty bad. If you would have fought with your teammate, your Reyna could have held top. I like the concept. You've conditioned them so hard that you've never used a fake flash. It's actually a really smart use of utility. It's just the peak and the mechanics behind it were just a little bit poor. Anyways, moving on to the next round. So here you decide to play B. I'm not really sure why. You're an info character. You're double stacking info characters. You're not really going to accomplish much here, even if you think you have a read that they're going B. It's just better to get the information A and then play fast rotate. And instead, you just like you throw a flash and then you peek and you die, right? This is an interesting round because you can hear them here. So like this flash gets you no extra information. It's not going to blind them, especially if they're pushed up close. Like you pop it over here. So if anybody's over here, you're just dead, right? And the chamber ends up walking up because he's a chamber. He can do that. He doesn't even have his TP down. I don't know what the fuck's going on in this game, bro. I don't get diamond players. I expect this to be a high end of the game, right? No, anyway, all jokes aside, yeah, you basically just throw away your life for no reason. And you get no value out of your kit. Once again, that's like a solid 1 out of 5 for that round, brother. Or this defense half should probably be like 8-3. 8-3, 8-2, or what 8-2, my bad, not 8-3. You can't fucking add a round, OD. Come on, man. 8-2 if you were playing well, maybe even 9-1, depending on how it goes. Now, of course, that just depends on hitting shots, right? So it should be 8-2, assuming you use your util correctly here, though.
If they pass the shade, bro.
So you have a sheriff here. You're saving for last. Not a bad idea. Make an aggressive play. On a round where you're saving, make an aggressive play, look to steal a gun away with a teammate, right? Jet has knives. You can literally just walk down here, throw a flash, do something. Please use your utility for information. I'm begging. I'm begging. No, it's all good. All jokes aside, I have permission to bully anyone. You know, it's kind of my coaching style anyway. It's all jokes, of course. Yeah. So keep in mind, if you and Jet would have walked down A, you would have face checked this Reyna by yourself, and you guys potentially would have gotten a gun for you, and Jet would have had still knives, making the round more winnable. Why your Reyna has an op, I'm not really sure, but I don't know what's going on. Your teammate, half your teammates bought, half of them saved. This, if your teammates are buying, even if you can't buy the best weapon, just force with them. You might as well. It's better that way. Reyna's just like switching angles, making it harder for you. But you're covering the angle that your Reyna isn't. That's just an op. That makes sense. You have 2 flashes. You've been sitting on these 2 flashes this entire time. You could have gotten info for your team. We're 52 seconds in the round. Still haven't used a piece of util. So. And then you end up dry peeking here before even using utility, even though you know one's mid and you just end up dying to an op. Could have at least forced the opera off the angle, maybe. Who knows? Could have done something. He could have dogged. Fuck. Figured out there was an op there. So. We're going again, once again playing mid. You know already how I feel about this position, but we're going to walk at everything else. You go for a fast rotate, you see 4. You have ult, you're going to save this for retake, right? Okay, you guys are looking to do a fast retake then. I would have waited until you were closer though, if I'm going to be honest. Because going this early, like if you would have just popped it while you're up in heaven, you guys have been more ready. The jellyfish would have had more time. They also still would have dispersed more accurately, because now they're just chasing like the quote-unquote 3 closest. In case you don't know how her ult works, it chases the 3 closest people to her. So if she's right here, let's say somebody for some reason is like fucking up here, late working, right? And they haven't started walking yet, and then that's when you pop your ult. Why would you rotate away? What?
He's out.
Wait, what is this? I wasn't even paying attention. You're saying you have it, but like, you might as well kill the people there and then play retake B, right? That would just be a better situation here. So understanding map rotations is really important. 3v3, you don't use any information utility once again. Now, obviously, this guy being here is a little off guard. I probably would have done the same thing. I would not have expected somebody to be here with my Jet in hell, but good. Like, dude, mechanically, you're really good. Like, I'm gonna be honest, mechanically, overall, you're a very good player. You consistently hit your shots, and you do a lot of things, but your utility usage is just very bad. As for confidence, I think you lack confidence because you lack information, right? I think without information, you don't know what fights you should and shouldn't take, and you're playing an information character, so you gotta get more value out of this. But anyways, let's go on to pistol round on Skye. I think full utility is way better, by the way. I think going double flash, dog, heal, because on pistol round, heal is just broken. It's actually broken, and then you have you'll have two flashes, right? So you can either use an information flash to clear something out. Just tons of different scenarios where you can get value out of your flashes. You can do 2 pop flashes too. Post plants, pop flashes are fucking crazy. And then you'll have dog. So okay, you guys get scanned here. Reyna gets picked. Instead of just dogging right away, you decide to hold on to it until you're closer. Doesn't really make much sense, because if you dog off the start, this Reyna is forced off the angle anyway, and with the Reyna being forced off the angle, you guys don't have to worry about her doing this sort of fight, especially with the Sova combo and utility. Look, I mean, the Sova darts for the Reyna picks up the kill, dismisses, and then somebody else breaks the dog first. So overall, their team play is much better than your guys' already. I can just see it, right? But mechanically, you guys are probably better.
Wait, just chill.
Overall, like, you get shot to the smoke, so it's not like the biggest deal. I saw your intent was to flash out of the smoke, and your Reyna just kind of ran out. If you call, hey, I'm going to flash out of the smoke, your Reyna probably doesn't just sprint out and die for no reason. So anyway, 6-7 not looking good, especially with Ascent being an 8-4 CT-sided map typically, or even 9-3. But then again, it's ranked, so it doesn't really matter, because anything can happen. You don't buy anything here, you buy light armor. I do this a lot. Light armor classic can oftentimes get you kills. You either go light armor classic, or you go sheriff no armor. That's always what I like to do. You get a dink here that's huge, like actually huge. You end up picking up a sheriff. Now you're sheriff light armor. You guys check wine. You face check it. I mean, I don't really mind the face check here because your team's trying to play trades. I'd rather have you have your gun out here in this specific situation. So overall, you played pretty well for this round. I mean, you peeked with your teammates well. You could have flashed A main, but then the jet might have dashed away, right? So I can understand your thought process here. Okay. Overall, this round's not bad. You're going light armor here. Dog. Single flash. Okay. Not the. I don't mind this actually. I'll take this util versus order. Just really happy you didn't go full armor and no util, so that's what I'm looking for. But buying this utility, you got to get value out of it, right? So dog here through the smoke. Bro, you're really lucky you didn't die. The Reyna killed. Look at the map. The Reyna kills your jet, and you just like, you just like stay in dog. By the way, you see 3 people here. Just letting you know. Good at hitting the dog. Huh? I'm sorry. What? What? All right. Nice shot, brother. Good shit. We take those. What? Bro, that doesn't even make sense. Okay, anyway. I would have just went in right away, by the way, at 4-2. Because if you just tell your team, hey, let's go in off of this, you pop flash out of the smoke, and you guys just go for the kills, right? You might walk into a stack. You don't need a flash. Like, so many people try to do this. You can just flash out, bro. Like, you can literally just flash out. It makes no difference. Like, I think this flash, because having the flash pop, like, here, in my opinion, is a little bit better than throwing it up. Because, like, sure, people might not see it, but there's this thing called distance flashes, and if you flash it covers door too, since you guys don't have smokes. But not the biggest deal. You're working on Skye. Interesting decision. It doesn't look like you guys are playing defaulty, so it kind of just looks like do that, but you end up picking up a kill. There's a lot of information for your team. Your team picks up a kill on the other side of the map, and it looks like, I'm gonna be honest, I think you guys are gonna win this game just because of a mechanical difference. I haven't watched the game yet, but I think just off of like a raw mechanical difference, like your team's better. It's just you have very bad coordination. He has a good point. This flash accomplishes nothing. You have your Reyna out mid.
What was the point of that?
I would have looked at you and said the exact same thing. But it's all good. You're not supporting your team. You're kind of just chilling back this round. Sure, you pick up a kill, but you're not playing this like you're a Skye. You're playing this like you're a Reyna. And yes, lurking on Reyna is okay sometimes. I don't care what anyone says. Lurking on Reyna is very good, and I'll explain it in another video if you really want me to. But you're just hopping around. This round's basically over. Nothing happens. You guys win. Okay, let's move on to the next round. You didn't really get much value out of your kid. Didn't do much. Not the best round from you, but you did end up getting a pick. So, sheesh. You're lucky this jet is a fucking menace. Every time I see this flash, something, anything, utility, please, for the love of my life. Use your utility. You are a Skye, homie. Don't push through the smoke. You're giving them a rifle on their save. Okay. All good, though. Your biggest issue is utility usage and patience. Mechanically, you are very good. You are that of an immortal level, mechanically. Your movement is clean, your aim, your crosshair placement, it's all crisp, it's good, right? But your utility usage is terrible, your positioning, your understanding of how to rotate is bad, and the positions you're playing post-plant, I mean, you're just like throwing away rounds here. You might be thinking, but OD, it's only a 2v4, what if they get this rifle? I mean, sure, you have your jet on the angle, but what if your jet tries to hold the gun because of your mistake and then dies? It's like you're just giving them opportunities to win the round that you don't need to, you know. Anyways, let's go into this round. You're peeking once again. It's going to be the same mistakes I see every time. Silva ends up getting an opening pick. You end up dogging out of the smoke here. Thank you. I appreciate that. One lane. Pop flash out of the smoke. No, you just walk out. Did you get information that he dropped? Wait, why don't you look lane here? You don't hear him drop. Wait, why do you just like not look lane? Wait. And you like don't flash out of the smoke, you don't do anything. Your jet's in a smoke, the flash isn't gonna hit her. I don't know where the hell the Reyna went. I don't know why she didn't kill you. I don't know what's going on. You ult here, this is very good. You want to use your ult as much as possible.
Oh my god.
You don't need to stack your ult and dog. Ult and dog stack is pretty useless. You stack your flash and your ult, right? So on top of layering, you kind of had like a concept idea, but it's just better to stack a flash, right? Because the little jellyfish will stun them anyway. So you pick a flank. That was actually really smart. You didn't know if one was going to push flank, so it was actually a really smart play. Yeah, you do need to cover him here. You're exposed to heaven though. That's like
one enemy remaining.
I like the call. Play anti-flash. You're overall telling your teammate you're gonna flash. That dart needs to be broken before like anything. You know he's not gonna be flanked. What are you looking at? Wait, what? Wait, what are you looking at? It's a 2v1, bro. He's heaven. He's heaven. He's on site now.
Just let me play, You just play Flash Reserve.
Okay, yep, your flash up at 9. I like this call by the Sova. Don't peek for the love of God, man. The Sova makes a call for you. Let me play. You are supposed to hide. You are not supposed to play off his contact. You're not supposed to try to take the fight. You are waiting for your flash to come up. When he taps a bomb, you flash kill him. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh well. Okay. So we have full utility. We're looking to play probably more slow. Looks like Irana's AFK. Jet gets picked mid. Sova tags somebody with a dart and goes for an ult play here. I don't mind that. You dry peek mid and lose. That's not really that big of a deal though. I'm going to be honest. You should probably stick to the Vandal. I think your Vandal is really clean, really crisp. It doesn't look like you have as much confidence with the Phantom. I would stick to the Vandal if I were you. Just from watching you play. Like just your play style overall suits the Vandal more. You take typically longer range fights. Overall you're more of a tappy player. The Vandal suits that a lot better. That's just a 1v1. It's not a bad peak. You're trying to get the trade, you're trying to equalize. It's okay, honestly, I don't mind it. Well, your team's so good. Holy. Good team, good team. We like these. We like those good teams. Okay. Let's move on to what looks like to be the last round because of the time on the VOD. You don't dog in A main, you don't flash, but you're looking to save your dog earlier. The Sova should be droning into A main anyway, so it's okay. You're clear left and right, that's good. You're pathing on your dog. It seems like you don't understand how dog pathing works. You clear left, right, and you either go... I like going into here. Either you go into tree to make sure nobody can peek out of tree while your team's scaling sites, or you go... Because while you go tree, you can look at generator to see if one's gen, right? So... and that way you don't have to worry about that sort of spam. I'm honestly going to hire you a lobby you actually die there, even though it's quote-unquote RNG. Typically people have better timings and stuff, so once again, you don't really do much this round. Your team kind of carries you through it. You do get the dog and the information, but definitely could have pop flash out of smoke, done something. So that's going to wrap up the game. Now let me give you guys my overall thoughts. So first things first, great mechanics. Overall, your movement, your crosshair placement, and your raw aim are all pretty good. Your mental was outstanding. Not a single ounce of tilt came for your mic, and that's really good. You had a decent understanding of eco. Sometimes you fucked up your buys a little bit, but it's not too big of a deal. It's not something I'd focus on. And your ultimate usage was actually pretty good. You used it as often as you could in good situations. Now your utility usage as a whole though is very poor. That's something you really need to work on. Poor communication. I'm going to say this because you don't calm enough while playing a support character. You don't calm what angles you're clearing, like when you're using your flashes, and you don't even communicate with your teammate to try to set up plays together. You give up too much space for free, as you can see with that one round with the Soviet utility was the biggest thing, but a lot of times you'll just run away from action rather than understanding how to fight it or how to delay or how to stall. And finally, you need to understand why you're using your utility. A lot of times you just kind of throw it without thinking. That's something you really need to work on. Overall, this is what I expect from a diamond player, if I'm going to be honest. Nothing too crazy. Once you fix those things, I'm pretty sure you can shoot up to immortal and surpass your peak rank of diamond 3 man. If you guys enjoy this type of video, let me know. Leave a comment and a like, and I'll make more of them. Anyways, peace guys.